Lust hits you like a lightning bolt. Your heart races, palms sweat, and suddenly that person is all you can think about. But what's really going on inside your head? In the next few minutes, we'll uncover the shocking ways lust hijacks your brain chemistry, rewires your neural pathways, and even changes your DNA. You'll learn why lust can make smart people do incredibly stupid things, and how it tricks you into ignoring red flags. But don't worry, we're not here to shame you. By the end of this video, you'll have 7 science-backed strategies to harness the power of lust without letting it control you. Let's start. 1. The dopamine deluge. When lust strikes, your brain gets flooded with dopamine, the same neurotransmitter released when you eat chocolate or win money. But here's the kicker. Lust triggers a dopamine spike up to 200 times higher than normal pleasurable activities. Dr. Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist at Rutgers University, found that this dopamine surge activates the same brain regions as cocaine addiction. That's right. The person you're lusting after is literally like a drug to your brain. This explains why you can't stop thinking about them, even when you should be focusing on work or other important tasks. Your brain is craving another hit of that dopamine high. But there's a dark side to this euphoria. Just like with drugs, you can build up a tolerance. What used to give you a rush now feels mundane. This is why the excitement of a new relationship often fades after a few months. So, how do you keep that spark alive without falling into the dopamine trap? We'll cover that in point 5, but first, let's look at how lust messes with your decision-making. 2. The prefrontal cortex shutdown. You know that voice in your head that says, "This is a bad idea"? Well, lust has a way of silencing it. Here's why. Lust decreases activity in your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for rational thinking, impulse control, and long-term planning. It's like your brain's CEO goes on vacation, leaving the impulsive, pleasure-seeking parts in charge. A study from the University of Amsterdam found that sexual arousal made people 50% more likely to engage in morally questionable behavior. Participants were more willing to lie, cheat, and even hurt others to get what they wanted. This prefrontal cortex shutdown is why normally level-headed people might text their ex at 2 a.m., cheat on a loving partner, neglect important responsibilities to spend time with their crush. But don't beat yourself up if you've done something you regret while under lust's influence. Understanding this brain mechanism is the first step to regaining control. 3. The rose-colored glasses effect. Ever wonder why your friends can see red flags in your new love interest that you're completely blind to? Blame it on your brain's love goggles. Lust triggers a decrease in activity in the amygdala, the brain region involved in fear and negative emotions. At the same time, it boosts activity in the ventral tegmental area, which is associated with focus, motivation, and craving. The result? You hyper-focus on your crush's positive qualities while downplaying or completely missing their flaws. It's not that you're stupid or naive. Your brain is literally filtering out negative information about them. A study in the journal Motivation and Emotion found that people in the early stages of a relationship consistently overestimated their partner's positive qualities and underestimated negative ones. This bias persisted even when given objective evidence to the contrary. While this rose-colored vision can feel magical, it can lead you to ignore compatibility issues or overlook serious red flags. So, how do you take off the love goggles without losing the magic? We'll cover that in point 6. 4. The bonding hormone betrayal. You might think lust is all about sex, but your brain has other plans. Enter oxytocin, often called the cuddle hormone or love hormone. Oxytocin is released during physical touch, sex, and even just thinking about someone you're attracted to. It promotes bonding, trust, and feelings of attachment. Sounds great, right? Here's the catch. Your brain doesn't differentiate between healthy and unhealthy attachments. Oxytocin will make you feel bonded to someone even if they are completely wrong for you. A study from Bar-Ilan University found that oxytocin made people more likely to lie or cheat to benefit their romantic partner. It also made them more willing to overlook their partner's dishonest behavior. This oxytocin-fueled attachment can keep people stuck in toxic relationships or make casual hookups more emotionally complicated than expected. But don't swear off oxytocin just yet. When balanced with other brain chemicals and rational thinking, it's crucial for forming deep, meaningful connections. The key is understanding its power and not letting it override your better judgment. 5. The novelty addiction. Remember that dopamine rush we talked about earlier? Well, your brain craves novelty to keep those levels high. This is why the excitement of a new relationship often fades, leading to what scientists call hedonic adaptation. A study from the University of Denver found that couples experienced a significant drop in relationship satisfaction after just 2 years together. But here's the interesting part. Couples who continuously tried new experiences together maintained higher levels of satisfaction. This novelty seeking isn't just about trying new restaurants or vacation spots. It applies to sex too. Dr. Justin Lee Miller, a social psychologist at the Kinsey Institute, found that people who engaged in sexual novelty, trying new positions, locations, or fantasies, reported higher levels of sexual and relationship satisfaction. But chasing novelty can be a double-edged sword. It might lead you to constantly seek new partners or engage in risky behavior. The key is finding ways to introduce novelty within the context of a committed relationship. In point 7, we'll give you practical strategies for keeping things fresh without falling into the novelty trap. 6. The empathy paradox. You would think that intense attraction would make you more attuned to your partner's needs and feelings. Surprisingly, the opposite can be true. A study published in the Journal of Sex Research found that sexual desire can actually decrease empathy and perspective-taking abilities. Participants who were sexually aroused were less able to accurately judge others' emotions and intentions. This empathy drop happens because lust activates the reward centers in your brain, making you more focused on your own pleasure and gratification. It's not that you become a completely selfish person. Your brain is just prioritizing your own needs over others. This empathy paradox can lead to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and even consent issues, if not recognized and addressed. But don't worry. There are ways to counteract this effect and actually use lust to deepen your emotional connection. We'll cover that in our final point. 7. The neuroplasticity opportunity. Here's some good news. While lust can rewire your brain in potentially problematic ways, you can also use it as a force for positive change. Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to form new neural connections throughout life. Intense emotional experiences, like lust, create opportunities for rapid neuroplasticity. Dr. Daniel Amen, a neuroscientist and psychiatrist, found that consciously directing your thoughts during moments of intense emotion can create lasting positive changes in your brain. This means you can use the intensity of lust to strengthen your ability to communicate openly and honestly, deepen your capacity for emotional intimacy, enhance your self-awareness and emotional intelligence. The key is being intentional about where you direct your attention and energy when you're feeling that lustful rush. Now that we've covered the 7 ways lust impacts your brain, let's talk about how to use this knowledge to your advantage. Practical strategies for harnessing lust's power. 1. Practice mindfulness. Regular meditation can strengthen your prefrontal cortex, helping you maintain rational thinking even when lust strikes. 2. Use the 24-hour rule. When making any major decision related to a romantic interest, wait 24 hours. This gives your prefrontal cortex time to come back online. 3. Seek outside perspectives. Regularly check in with trusted friends about your relationship. They can help you spot red flags your love-addled brain might miss. 4. Balance oxytocin with other activities. Engage in hobbies, friendships, and self-care to prevent unhealthy attachments. 5. Create novelty mindfully. Plan new experiences with your partner regularly, but make sure they align with your values and long-term goals. 6. Practice active empathy. Make a conscious effort to ask about and understand your partner's feelings, especially when you're feeling intensely attracted to them. 7. Direct your neuroplasticity. Use moments of intense attraction as opportunities to practice vulnerability, honest communication, and emotional intimacy. By understanding what lust does to your brain, you can harness its power while avoiding its pitfalls. Remember, lust isn't inherently good or bad. It's a natural, powerful force that can be channeled for growth and deeper connection. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Have you noticed any of these effects in your own life? Drop a comment below and let us know. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.